can't do it over there. Here's Ester, folks. Sorry, there's Sandra as well as Esther. Sorry. Little baby Esther. My goodness, that's an outfit, isn't it? Oh, wonderful. I'm kind of thinking, isn't it? Yeah, you come this side, please. Wow. I'm going to go this way. Yo preciso falar. We are going to sing Happy Birthday on the grounds that she's 1 week old. Maybe, can you start us in Portuguese? Or we do it in English. Sing in English. Happy birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Esther. Happy birthday to you.
Wonderful. Good cake. Wonderful. It's lovely, isn't it, to see Tom and Sandra here, and Rebecca's gone there, and baby Esther. And I just wanted to share a few words with you. You know, it's good, it's wonderful, isn't it, to dedicate our children to the Lord. It's just a way of giving thanks to God for our children and offering them back to Him, which is a wonderful thing. And I find 3 similarities between this Esther, who I have just met, and another Esther that I know, which is the one you will find in your Bible in the Old Testament. There is a book called Ester, and it's about a girl called Esther. Wonderful. Not more than a girl, even a queen called Esther. And I found 3 similarities between the Esther of the Old Testament and this little Esther here. The first one is, did you know that both this Esther and the Old Testament Esther were born in a foreign country, a country not of their own nationality? You remember in the Old Testament, Esther was born in a place called Persia, far away from her homeland, which was where the Jews lived, the people of Israel. She was born far away, and this little Esther is finding her home here in Portugal, but her roots are back in Brazil. A second similarity that I have for you. Both the Old Testament Esther and this baby Esther, both are very beautiful. The Old Testament Esther was renowned, wasn't she, for her beauty. You remember the story, how the king of Persia looked everywhere for the most beautiful lady that he could find. And he found this one called Esther. She was the most beautiful in the whole of Persia. And this little baby too, isn't she beautiful? And I have a third, the same as her mum. Yeah, that's what Tom said that. And I have a third similarity for you. Both of these Esthers have significant roles to play in fulfilling the purposes of God in their generation. Both of these Esthers have significant roles to play, significant activities to join in order to see the purposes of God fulfilled in their generation.
Now she's saying, oh God, why me?
You remember in the story, Esther is the queen of Persia. But there is a conspiracy to kill, to destroy her own people, the Jews. And this conspiracy comes in Persia, but God has a plan to use Esther in order to bring salvation to other people. God had a plan to use Esther in order to bring salvation for other people. He did that in the Old Testament. He can do it today. And I want to read to you probably the most famous verse from the book of Esther. You don't need to turn there now. But Esther chapter 4 and verse 14. This is one of Esther's relatives talking to her, a man called Mordecai. And he says to Esther, if you remain silent at this time, then relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. You know, God will fulfill his purposes, but he has a plan. He says, relief and deliverance for the Jews would arise from another place. For you and your father's family, they would miss out. They would perish. But who knows, Mordecai says, who knows but that you have come to royal position for such a time as this? He says to Esther, who knows but that you have come to this position where you are in life right now for such a time as this? He said to Esther, he said, now is your time. This is the time. God has prepared this for you. He has prepared a purpose for you in fulfilling what he wants to do in your generation.